Good afternoon. On popular demand, we're doing a boundary trade today on the Euro USD. We're looking at a boundary option that's been offered to us by the broker in and out. Currently, we're at the 61.8% retracement, which is an optimal point for us to take boundary trades because price will escalate very sharply in one direction or the other. So we're left with just to decide whether it will escalate outside of the current range or stay inside it. So 61.8% being a high volatility retracement, we're going to go for outside the current boundary and execute this trade. Any boundary trade where you take an outside position starts out of the money, and when price gets into it, it obviously gets back into the money. So ITM Saturn Pro has pointed out an automatically calculated 61.8% retracement level to us, and that has allowed us to take this beautiful trade, which is almost a guaranteed winner because the brokers offered us a boundary position at this particular time on this pair, and we know that the 61.8% retracement is a very volatile retracement, so price will most likely 99 out of 100 times definitely stay outside this 5-pip range in the boundary. So we're going to pause and come back to you shortly with the results. Okay, so we're back, 3 minutes and 40-something seconds remaining, and as you can see, price has indeed gone outside the boundary and breached the 61.8 north. This was the implication that ITM Saturn Pro was showing us earlier, that the 61.8% level is such a nice level to take a boundary trade off of, because you don't have to worry about which direction the price goes. All you have to worry about is the volatility implied. 61.8% and 50% are two of the most volatile levels at which price definitely goes through more momentum than at other levels. So all we had to do really was take a boundary position and say it's going to expire outside the boundary because of the volatility that's going to show up at this level. Since we've breached the 100% now, ITM Saturn Pro will revise the chart and place a bullish Fibonacci set of retracements because now the direction of the trend has changed. For us, this meant that very simply, we had to trade volatility. This was the sort of trade where you don't have to worry about which direction the price is going to go. High or low is not really the question. You're looking at the volatility boundary, which was very clearly a 5-pip range, and all we had to do was decide whether price was going to be volatile enough to stay within that 5-pip range or go outside that 5-pip range. Because ITM Saturn Pro predicted the 61.8% probability retracement over there, we were very comfortable in the knowledge that the volatility will most likely be a lot higher than 5 pips. Hence, we took an outside the boundary trade where we selected out, placed $5,000 as the investment for a net return of 64%, translating to a $3,200 profit. For a gross return of $8,200, and all we had to do was watch price move fast. Whichever direction it went, we weren't really worried as long as it went somewhere very, very fast. Hence, we took the outside the boundary trade. Very easy to take in these situations. All you have to do is really just wait for the 61.8% retracement. That's probably the hardest bit most traders go through and don't really do very well, is waiting and patiently looking at the chart, letting it give you the opportunity. Now the chart is obviously set up for bullish opportunities, and ITM Saturn Pro is showing a 100% high call option probability. We could technically take trades at the next retracements in the bullish direction. But this particular session today was dedicated to boundary trading, and as you can see, we've got a minute and something seconds left in this trade, and price has just shot away from that 61.8% retracement earlier in the long direction. It could have bounced off of it and shot away in the short direction, but we weren't really bothered by which direction it went, as long as how much of it was going was something we knew something about, in which case volatility would be in question. We took the trade, said it would be outside the boundary. Volatility was going to be a lot more forceful than the tiny little 5-pip range offered to us by the broker, and it allowed us to just sit in and watch this nice trade go on for roughly 12 to 13 minutes here and let it go through to expiry, really. That's the beauty of a boundary trade. Once it's in the region, a high probability region, especially when it's supported by volatility, ITM Saturn Pro is capable of giving you such nice entry points that boundary trading, one-touch and no-touch trading are probably the best form of binary options trades to take in these circumstances. We have 20 odd seconds remaining in this trade. Price is very comfortably outside the boundary. The 5-pip range, which coincided with the 61.8% retracement automatically shown to you by ITM Saturn Pro. All we had to do was wait for it, wait till the price got to it, see if a boundary trade was available at the broker, and take the trade and say that we're going to expire outside the boundary offered because volatility is just going to be so high. We predicted the outcome well before price got there, and the trade's now expired in the money very, very comfortably, with price now engaging the open of the day. And I'm just going to wait for the expiry here to calculate so that I can show you on screen what the gross return and the net return here are. The targets were 1.37456 and 1.37518. That was the boundary, roughly 5 to 6 pips, as you can see. The 61.8% retracement in its essence was going to be a high volatility retracement. Hence, we decided to take an outside the boundary position, which was very simply for us to play the volatility, expire in the money, because price was most definitely going to shoot outside of this tiny 6 pip range offered to us by the broker, netting us a very clean $3,200 profit on this trade today. Thank you very much for watching.